Good afternoon. My name is Nicole Solis, and I am a mother from Rhode Island who was sued by the teachers union simply because I wanted to know what my kindergartner would be learning in school. And here's how this happened. I asked to see the curriculum, and my school told me I had to submit a public records request. The curriculum wasn't posted online, and it wasn't available in a school district. Then I asked them if they were teaching gender theory, and they told me that they don't call children boys and girls, and they embed the values of gender identity into every classroom, including kindergarten, and they didn't want to answer any of my questions further. They told me that they would communicate with me only through public records requests, and that is the only way I could get my questions answered. And when I did submit the public records request that they told me to submit, and I submitted hundreds because I had hundreds of questions, my school board then put my name on the agenda of a public school board meeting and held a public school board meeting to discuss suing me for submitting the request that they told me to submit. In a 5-hour-long school board meeting, they openly debated my moral character, my political motivations. They said that I was causing chaos, wreaking havoc, harming the district, harming children. One school board member even said she felt unsafe and started to cry because, as you see, I'm really scary standing here right now. And they really just tarred and feathered me for asking questions. And they had never met me before, and this was the first school board meeting that I had ever been to in my life. They wanted to send a message to other parents that if you ask questions, they will come after you. Well, at the end of this meeting, they decided that they wouldn't sue me for asking questions because they never intended on actually suing me. They just wanted to publicly humiliate me in a school board meeting that was a show trial. And when that happened, then the teachers union, the largest teachers union in the country, the NEA, did file a lawsuit against me to bully me and harass me with frivolous litigation and to send a message to other parents that if you ask questions about public education, they will come after you. And I'm here so that this doesn't happen to any other parent in America. I'm still in litigation for almost 2 years with the teachers union. I still don't have my answers. But what I do know is that my school district and my teachers union didn't want to just hide the curriculum from me. They wanted to ruin my life just for asking for it. And I don't want that to happen to any other parent in America. So I'm very happy to be here today with this bill. And my question for you is, how will this bill ensure that parents like me can get their questions about education answered?
Jay, you want to take this, Virginia?
I will. First of all, Nicole, let me say thank you to you. Let me say thank you to Rona again for having courage. The story you've told indicates that they are bullies. They are bullies. They're supposed to be stopping bullying in the schools, but they themselves are role models for bullies. And thank the Lord that you did not step down, and I'm sure there are going to be other parents who are going to speak here and say they're not. But the Parents' Bill of Rights guarantees that you have the right to go to the school board. I mentioned earlier I was on a school board for 12 years, and I actually saw during my time on the school board a group of 10 parents could change the minds of school boards in those days. That has changed again because of the power of the union bosses primarily, who want to keep the control of the schools. But I brought my pocket copy of the Constitution with me today because Republicans pride themselves on doing things according to the Constitution. And so what the Parents' Bill of Rights has done is put into language that lives the Constitution. So we say one of the rights you have is to meet with and communicate with the officers of the school board and the school board. And where does that stem from? That stems from the First Amendment. And so I'm just going to reiterate that a little bit because I think it's very important. And I hope for any of you, if you run into this kind of problem with the school boards, just take your pocket copy of the Constitution with you and say, this is my right. as a citizen, as a person who lives in this country. You don't even have to be a citizen. You can be you'll be legally here. So let me say, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press. But here's the most important point for our discussion today, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble. So when you go to a school board, you are there to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. And that's what you were doing. You were completely within your constitutional rights to do what you were doing. And our freedom goes away when these bureaucracies and these petty tyrants stand up to tell you what you cannot do and then sue you to intimidate you. But you have a rock to stand on, and that's the Constitution. And what the Parents' Bill of Rights is doing is reiterating to people in this country that we believe in the Constitution. We as Republicans believe in the Constitution, and we're upholding your rights as parents and students and citizens of this country. So God bless you for doing what you've done, and you'll prevail. You will prevail. Thank you very much.
Parents will prevail. Thank you.
I hope everybody, listen, I wouldn't believe that was even true in America if you didn't stand up and tell me that. Just think, they sued you for asking what's being taught to your child. I mean, we wouldn't think we'd have to do this bill, but you are the exact reason why we have the Parents' Bill of Rights. So thank you for keep fighting.